Well, holy smokers, this ain't no jokers, guys. I wasn't planning on doing an upload this weekend, okay? It's Friday night at 10:41 p.m., but I have to, okay? We got to do a little emergency upload. Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, they just came out with their new price projections for Tesla stock, okay? They came out with the detailed numbers. So we're going to look at basically what they believe Tesla stock is going to over the next few years, okay? We're going to look at why they think Tesla stock's going there. We're going to look at the probabilities around this. I'm going to share my perspective on ARK Invest and their numbers and those sorts of things. So we got a lot to get into here today in regards to Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, an emergency upload video here tonight, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy me keeping you up to date on all this and kind of sharing my perspectives. If you don't mind, smash a thumbs up. That helps us out huge in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Much love. And if you want to subscribe, have notifications on, they are linked down there. We got a lot to get into in this one, okay? By the way, huge deal is less than 48 hours away from ending. Become a master stock market sale. That'll be pinned comment down there. Like I said, less than 48 hours left on that deal. So if you want to take advantage before it ends and start taking your stock market game to the next level, definitely check out that course. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, so where this starts is essentially Stock Hub. I was in Stock Hub earlier. I hadn't been in Stock Hub in a long time. I was like, it's Friday night. Like, let me go in there and just chat with some folks and whatnot. So I was just kind of in like the general chat, and we were just talking about stuff. And then somebody posted ARK Invest numbers that just come out. I'm like, what? Okay. So ARK Invest price target for Tesla in 2025 and just got posted a few hours ago. Okay. So exciting stuff here. All right. So last year, ARK estimated that in 2024, Tesla's share price would hit $7,000 per share, or $1,400 adjusted for a 5-to-1 stock split, right? In basically 2024. So Tesla stock here today, I think is maybe 700, maybe a little under 700 or so, if I recall. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like it is right around 654, actually. 654 Teslas. So based upon their original price projections for 2024, the stock still has double up potential from here. But they have changed it to $3,000 for 2025, okay? So we're talking not quite a 5X, but pretty darn close, okay? To arrive at this forecast, ARK used a Monte Carlo model with 34 inputs. It sounds fancy, okay? They know branding over there at ARK Invest. Okay, a Monte Carlo model with 34 inputs. The high and low forecast incorporating 40,000 possible simulations. Our bull and bear price targets are the top and bottom quartile outcomes from the simulations as shown below. Interesting stuff, okay? So let's look at some of these numbers and then we'll get into kind of the details around them, all right? So ARK's expected value for Tesla stock price in 2025 is $3,000 a share. This projection is our base case for Tesla stock price in 2025 based on our Monte Carlo analysis. Bear case for Tesla stock in 2025 for ARK Invest and Cathie Wood over there, $1,500. That's not bad. I mean, if Tesla's $1,500 in 2025, I'll take it, man. Like, I'm happy with that. Like, Tesla's done me so amazing that any upside from here is just, cherries on top, I call it nowadays. Like, it's, I mean, ever since we hit 1,000% gainer in that stock, which now I think we're at like 1,400 or whatever, ever since we hit 1,000% gainer, I'm like, anything past this, man, this is just cherries on top now, essentially. Like, it's already blown through kind of my initial price projections I had back in the day. I had the company growing to about a $500 billion market cap. So we're past that, man. Everything from here on out is cherries on top. So I'll take this, man. If it's $1,500 and it's their bear case in 2025, I'm happy, okay? We believe that there is a 25% probability that Tesla could be worth $1,500 per share or less in 2025. So, interesting, or less there, but that's their bear case, $1,500. Their bull case is $4,000. So, what's interesting is not a huge discrepancy between the actual expected value and the bull case, okay? We believe that there is a 25% probability that Tesla stock would be worth $4,000 per share or more in 2025. 2025. But why do they think these numbers? I think this is what's really important. I want to get more into the nitty gritty here. I want to see more numbers. I want to see more detail. I don't just want to see them throw out a price, so we're going to get into that now, okay? So here we are. What we're looking at here into detail, guys, is estimated values in the bull and bear case examples, okay? Now, I got to say this is a little confusing in some parts for the bull and bear case, okay? So bear with me as far as this goes, and no pun intended with the bear with me, but it does get confusing sometimes, okay? So cars sold last year, they sold right around 500,000 cars, right? Their example bear case here has them selling 5 million cars in 2025. That's a big number, man. That's a big number. I mean, for a bear case, 5 million is big. I'm talking big, okay? I wouldn't call that a bear case in my opinion, but this is ARK Invest's opinion, okay? They got 5 mil. They have 10 mil for the bull case. I mean, I have them doing in 2029, 2030, around 10 mil, maybe 15 mil, maybe best case scenario 20 mil, but that number is even hard for me to get to. One of our coaches, by the way, actually has them doing 30 mil in 2030. I covered that on the main channel recently. But 10 mil in 2025 for a company that just sold 500,000 this past year? Oh, man, I'll be thrilled. I'll be honest, I'll be thrilled with this number. 5 mil. Their bear case, I'm good, man. Like, Tesla's exceeding what I thought if they can do 5 mil in 2025. Never mind 10 million. They're going to need a whole lot more gigas if they're going to do 10 mil, man. And they're going to need to, demand's going to have to, go up exponentially. Because, I mean, a lot of people already want Teslas and are getting Teslas. And, if Tesla can do 1 million cars, that's pretty darn well. But 10 mil, man. It's not like, years go fast, man. It's something I learned in life now being 31. It seems like I was just a kid yesterday, man. I still am, feel like a kid, okay? But it seems like I was just a kid yesterday. Like, life goes fast, man. Years go by fast. And I'm like, geez, like 2025 is going to be here. And I mean, when you're going from 500,000 to 10 mil, I'm like, that's a no joke as holy smokers, okay? That's what I'll say about that. Average selling price, 50,000 this past year. In their bear case, they have 45,000. What's interesting is their bull case, they have $36,000 being ASP. I mean, you look at that and you would say, isn't that bad news? But I think what this one's pricing in is some sort of, I don't want to call it a Model 2, but some sort of $25,000 model coming out there. Whether it's a 2-seat model or whether it's still 4 seats or whatever, okay? We can debate that. But this is, I think, pricing in the fact that Tesla could launch some sort of like $25,000 Tesla, $27,000, something like that. And so, obviously, in a situation like that, ASPs would go down a lot, right? Because, that would be the mass market car. And that's, I think, ARK's hope is that model gets them to 10 mil. Because I don't see with the current lineup, it's hard to get to 10 mil even if you build gigafactories and even if you have a Model 2, a $25,000 Tesla in the market. Never mind, obviously, with this current lineup. You're just not getting to 10 mil. It doesn't matter what by 2025. It's just not enough there. But a $25,000 model, okay, because then not everybody can obviously afford a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 Tesla, right? It's just like it's out of a lot of folks' price brackets. But $25,000, you change the game, okay? All of a sudden now, most people that buy a new car can afford a $25,000 car, okay? So that's something to keep in mind, all right? Electric vehicle revenue. So 2020, $26 million. Example bear case, look at this. $234 million, guys. Not a small number. That's big. And for a bear case, okay? For a bear case, $367 billion in revenue for the bull case 2025. So $234 billion bear case, $367 billion bull case, okay? Those are some serious revenues. Insurance, obviously not really disclosed. These numbers are huge, and these numbers kind of confuse me as well here, I'll be honest, because they have here $23 billion under a bear case, but then they have $6 billion for a bull case. So some of these numbers definitely confuse my brain a little bit, because I'm like, shouldn't this number be bigger than this number if we're talking about a bull case scenario? Human-driven ride-hailing, okay? So they have them doing $42 billion from a human-driven ride-hailing. that number, I don't see how they get there. I don't see how they get there. Now, obviously, in their bull case, they're not pricing in anything from human-driven because they're hoping it would be just, obviously, basically the cars drive themselves and there's no human inside, okay? So autonomous ride-hailing revenue, basically here it would be zero in their bear case, so that wouldn't even have launched, right? But in the bull case scenario, I mean, look at that number, guys. $327 billion. What? That's... I mean, what? Like, that's a massive number, man. That is a massive number. That seems like ridiculous. It seems wrong. I don't know. 327. I'm just trying to figure that out. Let me know about this line, guys. There's got to be something I'm missing on this one. It's just like mind-blowing to me. I'm just like, there's something I'm missing there, okay? Electric vehicle gross margin, X credits, 21% there, 40% here, 25% here. So once again, this looks like bad news, right? Gross margin's going down, but this is assuming that they have a super cheap Tesla in the market that's, let's say, a $25,000 Tesla or so there, okay? Total gross margin, 21%, 43%, 50% there because they believe that the autonomous taxi network would be super profitable business, great gross margins and things like that. So, obviously we got to let that play out. This is not like some sort of business model that's proven. It's like you can look on some model and be like, well, this has been done, like this is brand new. So we'll see how it all works out over time. Okay. Total EBITDA margin 14%, 31%, 30% there for the bull case. So once again, the bull case is under actually the bear case there. Okay. Enterprise value 163, 14 and 18 there. Market cap right now, well, it's been trading anywhere between like 600, 700 billion recently. But here for the bear case, they have them being a $1.5 trillion market cap in 2025. In their bull case, they have $4 trillion market cap there. Share price 700 right now, 1,500 going to 4,000 under a bull case scenario. Okay, and free cash flow yield 0.4%, 5%, and 4.2%. Okay, yeah, these are no joke as numbers. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Key assumptions for the bull bear case examples reflected above. So using his Wright's law, electric vehicle gross margin never exceed 40% in bear and never exceed 25% in the bull case scenario. Almost backwards from what you would think would be, but once again, there's different expectations. One is the bear scenario doesn't really have them launching a $25,000 car. Capital efficiency. Gross capex per car, $8,000 in the bear example, $6,000 in the bull example. Maximum annual production increase, 65% in the bear example, 90% in the bull example. Percent of all Teslas on autonomous platform in 2025. Bear example, 0%. Bull example, 60%. That's a no joke number. Percent of cars sold into human-driven ride-hailing, 40% there, 40% here as well. Interesting, okay? These numbers are interesting. Key updates to our model. We pushed our forecast price target forward 1 year to 2025. We refined our estimates for Tesla's capital efficiency. We added Tesla's insurance business to our model. We added assumptions for human-driven ride-hailing service, which is essentially like an Uber, but with the Tesla instead. Okay, when you hear the autonomous taxi network, that's really talking about like an Uber like business model, but with literally no driver in it. Just so you guys know. Okay, we increased the probability of Tesla achieving fully autonomous driving within 5 years. All right. Electric vehicles. Since our 2024 analysis, we have increased our assumptions for Tesla's capital efficiency. Previously, we estimated that Tesla would spend $11,000 to $16,000 per incremental unit of capacity in 2024. In 2019, Tesla spent $1.33 billion on capital expenditures, CapEx, and produced 509,000 vehicles, an increase of 144,505 vehicles from the previous year, suggesting that its CapEx per incremental vehicle produced was roughly $9,200. In 2020, Tesla spent $3.16 billion on CapEx, putting the capital efficiency in 2021 to $10,330, assuming a 60% increase in vehicle production. Note that this math probably overestimates the capital required for the incremental vehicles. A lot of talk here, okay, guys? A lot of talk. At Battery Day, Tesla announced that an updated cell chemistry and manufacturing process would reduce investment costs by 75% over time. To give Tesla credit for what we believe is superior capital efficiency, we lowered gross margin capital expenditures per car in the latest model. Given the updated estimates, along with the additional year of growth added to our model, our forecast for Tesla's unit sales is between 5 million and 10 million. Oh my gosh, okay? Like I said, guys, those are big numbers. Like in all seriousness, I hope you enjoyed me trying to read fast on camera, man. It's not easy. It's not easy when the pressure's on. It's not easy, man. It's like, remember when you used to read in class as a kid, right? Try reading to 50,000 people. It's a little more pressure on it. But anyways, 5 mil to 10 mil, guys. What do you think about that? Like in all seriousness, I really want to hear from you guys in that comment section. I mean, those numbers seem gargantuan. Like, I believe Tesla's getting to 5 to 10 mil over time. But by 2025, to put it in that short of a time frame, we're already in 2021, man. It's like, what does Tesla move this year for units? 700,000 and maybe 850,000, somewhere in there, roughly, right? This year in 2021. I mean, to get to all of a sudden 5 to 10 mil. I mean, guys, these are out there numbers. Let's be very clear. Even on the bear case, 5 mil. If they do 5 mil in 2025, I'm thrilled. I'm like, Tesla, you are better than I even ever thought you were. I mean, that's just bottom line there, okay? Insurance. ARC estimates that Tesla could achieve better than average margins on insurance thanks to highly detailed driving data it collects from its customer vehicles. Partnering with underwriters, Tesla introduced the insurance product in August 2019. Currently, is it available only in California? ARC believes that over the next few years, Tesla could roll it out its insurance offerings to states, underwriting its own insurance policies. Because its vehicles have better than average safety profiles, Tesla should be able to use real-time data to offer insurance in its vehicles, pricing it dynamically, lower customer acquisition costs, and increasing margins. Relative to Progressive's 13% EBIT margin in 2019, ARC estimates that Tesla could achieve margins close to 40%. Okay, man, that's a number there, okay? Woo-wee. If it were to sell 40% of its vehicles with its own insurance offering by 2025, Tesla's insurance revenues could approach $23 billion annually in our bear case. In our bull case, ARC estimates that as robo-taxis ramp, Tesla's insurance revenues will be incorporated into a platform fee. Insurance boosts our price target by roughly $60 billion in 2025. That makes sense now, okay? Reading through that part there, that's why it's good to kind of read through these. Now that makes sense, okay? Tesla's insurance revenue would be incorporated into platform fee. Now, that's why I love kind of reading through these a little more in depth into the nitty gritty. Sometimes you just see numbers and you're like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Or at first you're like, what are they doing here? And then you read into some of the nitty gritty and you're like, okay, now it makes sense. Thank you for that, ARC. I appreciate your help there, okay? Human-driven ride-hailing. ARC's bear case now includes Tesla's opportunity to launch a human-driven ride-hailing service, like an Uber basically or Lyft. Previously, ARC detailed that Tesla's human-driven ride-hailing service would have a lower cost structure than the incumbent companies, Uber, Lyft, laying the foundation for a fully autonomous ride-hailing network. In our bear case example, ride-hailing could add an additional $20 billion to Tesla's operating profit by 2025, increasing our price target by about $500. In preparation for its robotaxi service, Tesla could launch a human-driven ride-hailing network first, delivering a highly profitable recurring revenue stream and limiting the downside of a failed autonomous service. A human-driven ride-hailing service could boost Tesla's price target in ARC's bear case significantly. So, yeah, I mean, this wasn't even something that was talked about that much in the past, like actually having a human in a Tesla and like basically trying to take market share from Uber and Lyft. Does Tesla go down this route? It remains to be seen. I'm divided on it. Could I see it? I could, but I don't know. I don't know if Elon really wants to go down this route. I almost feel like Elon Musk really wants to do it the full thing, autonomous or nothing. I don't know. We'll see what happens over time, but I'm kind of leaning toward I feel like for Elon it would be too lame to launch a human-driven ride-hailing network similar to like an Uber Lyft. I feel like I don't know. Obviously, I don't know Elon Musk in real life, but I just feel like certain vibes you can get from different CEOs, and I just feel like this would be too lame for him. So I don't know, maybe they do it. I just feel like Elon would think it's like super lame, to be honest. I feel like Elon wants to go full go, like, people just get in the car and it just goes, and there's no human even in the car except in the back seat, and that's you getting a ride from the car, okay? We'll see what happens there over time. Something that should be taken into account. Fully autonomous ride hail. In our latest valuation, ARK assumed that Tesla had a 30% chance of delivering fully autonomous driving in 5 years and at 2024. Now ARK estimates that the probability is 50% by 2025. Since our last forecast, neural networks have solved many complex problems previously considered unsolvable. Interesting line there, okay? Many complex problems previously considered unsolvable, increasing the probability that robotaxis are basically ready to go. ARK estimates that Tesla's vehicle fleet gives it access to 30 to 40 million miles, 30 to 40 million miles of data per day. If it's a data war, Tesla's winning, okay? That's all I'll say about that. Up from 20 million per day last year. If successful, Tesla could scale its robotaxi network rapidly, allocating the additional cash. In turn, manufacturing capacity, robotaxi service rapidly, allocating additional cash in turn to manufacturing capacity. Did I just read the same line again? Servicing its autonomous taxi network. If 60% of its vehicles equipped with autopilot were to serve as robotaxis, Tesla could generate an additional $160 billion in EBITDA in 2025. My gosh, are these numbers big, okay? In our bull case, ride hail would account for the majority of Tesla's enterprise value in 2025. Note that autonomous driving pushes the distribution of the expected price targets up significantly, as shown below. The first chart represents the likelihood or the likely distribution of the possible price targets from our Monte Carlo analysis, while the second chart is within scenarios occur within the ranges of price targets across our distribution. I mean, look at these numbers, guys. I mean, I don't know. One's getting over my head now, man. It's just, you got to be too smart to understand this stuff when these numbers get this dang big, okay? So here kind of shows the chart. Bear case 1,500, expected value 300, or excuse me, 3,000. This is obviously for 2025. Bull case 4,000, and then it actually has some scenarios where it goes, woo. They even have a scenario. Look at this, negative $2,000. Tesla could be the first stock ever to go negative, man. I've been in the stock market for what did I say, 12 or 13 years, and I ain't even never seen a stock go negative before. That'd be my first time I ever done seen that. I don't know, but hey, man, ARK's on some other stuff when they put these models together. That's all I say. ARK's 2025 estimates, revenue by business line, our expected value case, $507 billion. $507 billion? $507 billion? What? We're talking about 2025? $507 billion? Oh my gosh. Market cap by business line in our expected value case, $3 trillion market cap? $507 billion in 2025? Tesla, my Tesla? Man, these numbers are big, guys. Big. Pin comment. I don't even want to mention it. My gosh, guys. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say. These numbers are huge. I hope Tesla gets there. I'm going to be a very happy camper. My gosh. I mean, every time I see some of these people's projections, whether it's ARK Invest, whether it's some of our seven-figure coaches in the program that are heavily invested in Tesla, every time I see them, I'm like, man, I feel like a dang bear around Tesla. I'm like, my gosh. How did the guy that was so bullish on Tesla all the time, talking it up like crazy, be the guy who's the least bullish on the stock? I'm like, who would have ever expected this day to come? And I'm super bullish on Tesla. But I mean, I see some of these numbers. I'm like, $507 billion? One of those numbers I think was, in a real bull scenario was what, $600 billion revenue 2025, it's not like we're talking 10 years from now. We're talking 2025. It's 2021 right now. I mean, my gosh. Whew. You know, it's interesting. Obviously, they put all this data together and they, run all these projections. But, I mean, there's still just so many human variables in there. There's still so many human variables. When does the government allow autonomous vehicles? I mean, I feel like, within 12 months, Tesla has I don't want to call it a perfect autonomous taxi possible car, but I will call it almost perfect, right? But still not perfect. And so I do think about, like, could they be allowed to have those cars around? Would they have to? What happens if, hypothetically, one of those cars hits somebody? Is, that going to end the program for like 6 months, 12 months, and then they have to, like what happens in all these scenarios? So there's a lot of human variables that come into it. Does a $25,000 Tesla come out? And can Tesla make that profitable and those sorts of things? I mean, there's a lot of variables, right? And at the end of the day, you still got to count on massive amounts of people choosing to buy electric vehicles moving forward. And that's something that still has to play out. I'm hoping I'm right on that, and I'm hoping we're all right that have been, predicting electric vehicles are the future. But it still has to play out. Like, I live in neighborhoods, whether it's here in Vegas or in Arizona, where I see more Teslas, no doubt, but a lot of folks still make the decision to buy a new gas car. And my question is, when are those folks gonna not get a nice vehicle? When are they gonna get an electric vehicle? We don't know when that is, man. When do those folks make that decision? Is it next year they start really getting it and they're like, oh yeah, I'm on the electric bandwagon? Is it in 3 years? Is it in 5 years? Is it in 10 years? Does it ever happen? I think it does. ARC thinks it does. I'm sure a lot of you guys that are Tesla shareholders, we think it does, right? But what if we're wrong? Like, sometimes I do think about that. I'm like, what if people just aren't that intrigued, right? I mean, obviously this year, ICE vehicles are going to decimate electric vehicles in sales, right? Next year, same thing. The year after, same thing. And so the question is, when do we get to that stage? Is it 3 years out, 5 years out, 7 years out, 10 years out? Never. You got to play out all those scenarios, right? Where electric vehicles actually eclipse ICE vehicles in sales in the United States of America. What year is that? I would love to hear from you guys in that comment section. What year do you think it will happen? When I say it, that's a big it. When there's a year in the United States where electric vehicles sell more than ICE vehicles. Let me know that in the comment section. I really want to hear from you guys on what year that is. I think that's real big, okay? So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this as always. If you don't mind, smash a thumbs up. That helps our YouTube channel out in a massive way. If you want to subscribe, put notifications on, it's down there linked. Also, pin comment, take advantage of that deal, become a master stock market before it ends, which is it's ending in less than 48 hours from now, guys. Much love and peace.